taking these threats seriously? I mean, are these empty threats? Why aren't you reacting to it?
No, I won't say that they are empty threats or such things. I would only like to tell you that any political pundit, if he looks at the situation in Maharashtra, he will find that this government has to complete its term. It's a government with support of 130 people, 130 MLAs of one single party.
Yeah.
So this government cannot fall.
Cannot fall?
No, not at all.
Your government is safe?
Absolutely.
Absolutely sure?
No problem.
Okay. All right. Now, in all of these campaign speeches, Mr. Fadnavis, you have called Shiv Sena a party of extortionists. I would want to understand, sir, what are you referring to? Is there any one specific instance that you recount for us? Because you're basically making an allegation against your own alliance partners.
See, in one of my speeches, I referred that people have elected us to see a change. So I said, if the same corruption happens in BMC, then people will find no difference between BJP or BJP Shiv Sena and other parties. So I said, they were extortionists with a tricolor and panja on that tricolor, taking it on their shoulders. They were doing all such sort of things, and now we are extorting, taking a saffron flag on our shoulders. I said, this is not the thing for which people have elected us. I said, people have elected us for transparency, and my demand is, let's bring transparency to BMC. My
question to you is, any specific example that you can recount when you're talking about, all of this corruption that you allege is happening in the Sena?
See, I would like to tell you the example of Mumbai roads, because everybody knows that every year we see a lot of potholes on the Mumbai roads, and the same roads are carpeted every year. So I told the BMC Commissioner, Mr. Ajay Mehta, that why don't you look into it? I always thought that since Mumbai is a coastal city, there's a lot of waterlogging, and due to that waterlogging, we have all these potholes every year. So I said, come with some engineering solution. Why can't we come out with some engineering solution? So he investigated 10 roads, and after his investigation, he found out many things missing in the road construction. So he again started investigation of 200 roads worth 2,445 crores. And what he found out was that the entire crust level, we can also call it drainage level, which is the main level which holds the entire road, that was missing. In some cases 80%, in some cases 90%, in some cases 30%. And it is because of this that every year, due to waterlogging, there is no crust level. There is absolutely no base to the roads. So same roads are they are damaged. We see potholes, and they are again carpeted.
That's the level of corruption.
Yeah, actually, when we sat for alliance, what I told Uddhavji, that look, the image of BMC has gone down. We have seen so many cases of corruptions. We have actually investigated so many cases, and in every case, we have a damning report. So if we want to go together in this election, the seat sharing is not a problem. You may take more seats. He said, you are in country, you are in Maharashtra, so allow us to take more seats in Mumbai. I said, okay, you take 122 seats, I will take 105 seats. But the only condition is, let us go with a transparent agenda.
I want to come in at that point, Mr. Fadnavis, because, Sena insiders tell me that it was perhaps so much of harping on the issue of transparency that you kept doing personally. That is something that perhaps cornered Mr. Uddhav Thackeray. It wasn't about the seats sharing. It was about the issue of transparency that you just wouldn't let go. You made that an agenda. What's your reading about it? I mean, that's the question.
No, I think that's absolutely true. Because, Sena also knew that in Mumbai, we won 15 seats. They won 14 seats. And even in the entire state, in Nagar Palika elections, we were the victorious. And if all the three parties are put together, our Nagar Adhyakshas, our presidents are more. So people voted for us. So they knew that we have increased our base. And still I was saying that I am ready to settle for less seats, only on an agenda of transparency.
That wasn't acceptable?
They offered me 60 seats. What does that mean? Last year in our alliance, last time in 2012, we fought on 65 seats and they now say me 60 seats. That really shows that they knew that they don't want to come with us, but had it been broken on agenda of transparency, they could not have get any face saving. So they said, take 60 seats and come into alliance. I said, no problem, no way I'm going to come.
All right, that's what your point is. But he also tells me that you're a liar. I mean, he just says very straight that the chief minister is a liar. How do you respond to that?
I think these are the political statements. I don't want to reply to such political statements.
Point here is, Mr. Fadnavis, it's all very well for you to make allegations. You are making very serious allegations. I want to ask you, what moral locus does the BJP now have after making such allegations to continue in an alliance with a party that you, in your own words, calling a party of extortionists?
No, that is why we broke away. In corporation, we are not together because I wanted.
You did not break away, Mr. Fadnavis.
Yeah.
That's Uddhav Thackeray's calling of the alliance.
No, absolutely, you are absolutely right. But we were on the agenda of transparency, and they broke. So, in any case, if they did not accept our agenda, we would have broken it.
You would have broken it?
Yeah. Why not? Because what I was always insisting, that number is not a problem. 10, 5, 15 seats here and there. I'm ready to compromise. I even gave them a list of 80 seats, which I said that these are the 80 seats which I want. So 10% here and there, I'm ready to compromise on these 80 seats. And then I gave them 57 seats more. I said, give me any seat from these 57 seats. I'll fight on 105.
You are saying that you would have broken the alliance if the Shiv Sena would not have agreed to go ahead publicly with the issue of transparency. Is that what you're saying?
I would have.
You would have?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Fadnavis, in 2014, our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, he said while he was campaigning here, he said that the state of Maharashtra, the people out here have suffered a lot because of the corruption of the NCP and the Congress. Now, today, sir, I would like to put the same question to you. You are in an alliance with a party you call is a corrupt party. Would you like to go down in history with a legacy of corruption? Would you do something as similar as the last government here? Why don't you snap the alliance is my question.
See, I am heading a government in Maharashtra, and this government is totally under my control. So whatever is in my control, I can stop the corruption. I've always stopped it.
But Mr. Fadnavis, it's ironic you say that because you are still continuing to be in government with them at the state and at the center.
True.
And it's fine with you.
Yeah, why not? You see, people have voted us to government. And the political situation here is such that people did not want a government of Congress and NCP. They gave mandate to BJP, but that was a little fractured mandate. We were 10-15 seats short. The second mandate was given to Shiv Sena. So we came together and we formed a government. But still I think that Hindutva is one thing which has always brought us together. But their working style is different and we don't agree to that style.
Mr. Kirit Somaiya, one of the Member of Parliament from your party, has gone ahead and publicly made a statement saying that he has details and evidence of corruption directly that can be connected to the Thackeray family. He says he has documents which he'll release in public. And he says that there are shell companies where the alleged black money is what he's claiming has been parked at the Thackerays. Chief Minister, sir, you also hold this government. Would you be looking into these allegations seriously, and will you order a probe?
No, what I know and what I understand is that Mr. Kirit Somaiya has shown some papers to the press saying that these are the papers of shell companies in which investments and transactions have happened which belongs to some senior Shiv Sena leaders. And he has asked Mr. Uddhav Thackeray to clarify on that.
Okay.
And he has said that please clarify, are there some Shiv Sena leaders who are involved into money laundering? So that's not a direct allegation on Mr. Thackeray. It's an allegation on Shiv Sena. Now, Mr. Uddhav Thackeray and Shiv Sena has to clarify. So far as Mr. Kirit Somaiya's role is concerned, it ends there. But I think that if Mr. Kirit Somaiya has papers, I would advise him to send the papers to appropriate authority so that appropriate action is taken.
Now my question, after all of this talk about corruption against the Shiv Sena, Chief Minister sir, is this, that why have you woken up, and how is it that you have woken up to the corruption by Shiv Sena after 2 years, 4 months of being in governance with them? You've been in government, you continue to be in government with them here at the state and at the centre. Sir, I would want to understand, how is it just before the BMC elections that all of a sudden you've woken up from your slumber and you're talking about this corruption? Why couldn't you not see this before?
I think I have not woken up now. From the very first day, I started doing it. I told you, this Nala Safai Ghotala, we started the investigation. Octra Ghotala, we started the investigation. This road scam, we started the investigation. Solid waste scam, we started the investigation. There are at least 10 scams where we started the investigation. So from the day one, wherever we found that there is corruption, there is aberration, we have started taking action on that. In few of the cases, we have already filed a police report. Few people have been arrested. They have been charge sheeted.
But you're making a big deal about it now.
No. It is because, we broke on that issue. See, when is the right time to talk about it is the time of election, where we came out with a transparent agenda. Right. So on transparent agenda, we broke apart. So now it is time to tell people what is this transparent agenda, what has happened in BMC. I am trying to tell that.
So the opposition here is alleging that your party is cozying up to Mr. Sharad Pawar. Of course, they refer, Mr. Uddhav Thackeray has talked about it, other opposition parties have talked about it. They're referring to the Padma Award that has been given to Mr. Sharad Pawar. My question to you, sir, is that in a situation, presuming a situation where the Shiv Sena actually pulls the plug on your government, will you take support from the NCP? What if they offer support to you? Will you accept it?
First thing is that I think Padma Award in our country is one of the highest award, and it is never given for any political consideration. So to link it with some cozy relationship is incorrect. It is given to Mr. Pawar. You see, we have political differences with Mr. Pawar, but 50 years he has completed in parliament, in legislature, and this is one of the rarest occasion, and he also has few things to his credit, which we cannot discredit. Although many things are such that we have differences with him, but I think on this issue, he has been given Padma Award. So I think we should not look at it from the political perspective.
My question to you
but yes, I'm coming to your question, Meghaji. I'm coming to your question. You see, let me tell you, Mr. Pawar himself has clarified that now if this government comes down, I'm not going to support it. So there's no issue, no issue arises. Yes, he has clarified himself. But again, I would like to tell you that my government will survive its 5 years term.
Okay, before I move on to other questions, point taken, sir. I just wanted to ask you a small question about, the other day, Mr. Manoj Tiwari, there was an attack on his car, and he tweeted about it, and he said it seemed like a political attack to us. But then, are you concerned about such attacks? You think that North Indians are being targeted in the city? I
think yes, there was a time when North Indians were targeted in the city of Mumbai, and it was for the political gain, to polarize votes. But after we have taken over, there's not a single incidence where the North Indians or East Indians or South Indians are targeted. Because we feel that although I have a Marathi pride, I am a Marathi person, Mumbai belongs to Marathi culture, but these people are here for 3 generations. They are no different from Maharashtra. They are Maharashtrians. Their language may be different, but their culture, they celebrate Ganpati, they celebrate Govinda. So I think that there's no difference. So since I took over, I have ensured that no such attacks for polarization should happen. In case of Mr. Manoj Tiwari, it was a political attack, and we have filed a FIR and will take action. He started saying that let Mr. Modi come here. No, Mr. Modi is a prime minister. He'll not come for a campaign at a municipal corporation. He has bigger things to do.
Time has come to separate fact from rhetoric and propaganda. Fact is the foundation of any persuasive argument. I, Rahul Shiv Shankar, commit to the hard facts and the absolute truth. Come to think of it, why should you settle for anything less?
India Upfront with Rahul Shiv Shankar. Weeknights at 8 only on Times Now. When the people feel helpless. When the leadership abandons you.
They have to bear it. Not much, they have to bear it.
When the state becomes a spectator. We stand for the nation.
Ready for the government really to take a call.
The BSF has been vigilant.
What you see is a high voltage drama.
And speak for the common man.
What is this obsession across religions to keep women out?
To ask their questions.
We are asking the government, have all the clearances been sought?
With impactful coverage.
This place is still very unsafe to get into.
Why didn't you speak up, Rahul?
Times Now. Action begins here.
We think India is safe, we think Bangalore is a safe city. When incidents like this happen is when we realize that it's not that safe anymore.
She knows India's power corridors like no other journalist. And she doesn't take no for an answer.
He was avoiding any direct interaction with me.
You can't recommend XYZ चलता हुआ रोड पर उसको नहीं करता.
तो आपने अपने भाई की कंपनी recommend करी.
A journalist known for asking the hard questions.
You talk of Sikh riot, they talk about Gujarat. Do you think your conscience is clear? India is not America. Not everybody is on check payments and plastic money
Well,
in
if you
India.
see-
The Congress is a party that has been completely shrouded with scams.
Many of these are notional scams.
All the court cases are notional.
For bringing out the inside stories behind the persona.
8 p.m. no CM. Vasundhara Raje, what is your reply to your critics?
I can't have men prancing through my rooms. If I'd come back at 8 o'clock and allowed people to come into my house, there would have been other things to say, wouldn't there?
He just decided that he would answer all the questions straight from the heart.
एक गुना मेरा होता है एक तो इस दिल्ली में बैठी हुई सरकार ने कब को मुझे फांसी पे चढ़ा दिया.
Watch Times Now's managing editor in candid conversation with top newsmakers on Frankly Speaking with Navika Kumar.
The beauty of uncompromising journalism is you can ask any valid question to anyone in power without the fear of antagonizing some. It requires courage to be fearless, unrelenting, to be that one perfect response to the arrogance of power.
VIPs पब्लिक को हैरान कर रहे हैं.
They have to bear it. Not much, they have to bear it.
In the fight against corruption, tenacity cracks open doors to the truth. It's the force that won't take no for an answer. Tenacity is what makes. Okay, I'm going to now come to a question I've asked you very often, Mr. Fadnavis, and the question is on the irrigation scam. Take you back
to you, taking you back to 2014 during the election campaign. And in fact, your government came on this plank of removing corruption, making Maharashtra corruption-free. You went on record several times saying that no matter how big the person is, the person will be booked if wrongdoing is found against him or her in the irrigation scam. Again, 2 years, 4 months down the line, sir, 70,000 crore scam, the ACB still sitting on those files. Exactly what's happening? No big person has still been booked, let alone anything else.
See, ACB is not sitting on that. 5 FIRs have been filed, 3 charge sheets. Each charge sheet is of 5,000 papers, 10,000 papers. One charge sheet is 20,000 papers, has been filed in the court. And there is a mention in the charge sheet that this is an interim charge sheet and the political connections are being investigated and a supplementary charge sheet will be put up. There are at least, I think, 20 cases which are being investigated. It's a huge job because every single case demands at least looking into 10 to 20,000 papers.
Taking too long, too long.
It is, but it's on track. So already people have been booked and I think that nobody will be spared.
Now, Ajit Pawar is somebody who perhaps was at the center of this scam when it broke, right? We have still not seen his name in any of these FIRs.
If you look at one of the charge sheets, you will find there is a reference, and in the reference it is said that Mr. Pawar's role is being investigated, so charge sheet is not concluded.
So if you find evidence, will you ensure his book?
Absolutely.
You'll ensure?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Mr. Fadnavis, another question, something that has caught people's attention is that this particular campaign seems to be pretty much revolving around you. How is it that we don't see others anywhere?
See, in fact, when we started this campaign, the campaign got a little polarized, and Mr. Uddhav Thackeray tried to target Prime Minister Modi ji.
That's right.
And it was a diversionary tactic. We knew it, that why he is targeting Mr. Modi. It was because he had nothing to say. Because on the plank of development, on the plank of transparency, it was not his wicket. So he could not play on that. So he started diverting it on Mr. Modi, and then he started saying that let Mr. Modi come here. No, Mr. Modi is a Prime Minister. He will not come for a campaign at a municipal corporation. He has bigger things to do. You have only one municipal corporation to fight or few municipal corporations in the state. He is Prime Minister of India. So I said that first fight with me. Let's fight election together. First try to defeat me and then talk about Mr. Modi. Okay. This is not time that you can talk about him.
Okay. Now quick answers, Mr. Fadnavis. My question to you, what matters to you more, staying in an alliance with a party that you call is corrupt or upholding the principle of transparency and clean governance?
Upholding the principle of transparency and clean governance.
I'm hoping you will, you'll stay good on your words, sir. 23rd, the day of the result, presuming a situation that you turn out to be the single largest party and you still are short of numbers to form the corporation here in BMC, will you approach the Shiv Sena, sir, for help?
See, first of all, I feel that we will not be short
I
of
know,
numbers,
everybody feels that. Yeah.
But let me tell you, if at all, see, I think I will not go in any alliance, but if at all,
there is a need?
There is a need for alliance.
Yeah.
The alliance will only be on agenda of transparency, otherwise there will be no alliance, we'll stay out.
You'll stay out. Yeah. You'll refuse to form the government if they do not agree to all of this?
No.
Okay. Finally, Mr. Chief Minister, if you are elected to power, what do you bring to the table for the people of Mumbai?
See, 2-3 things I want to do. One is, Mumbai is an international city. But on the parameters of sustainability, you will be amazed to know that not a single drop of sewage Mumbai is treating. 2100 MLD sewage is going directly into the sea. Look at our beaches. They are polluted. They are stinking. So why can't we give clean beaches to our city, to our people? So I want to give clean water, sea water to the people. I have decided in next 4 years, I will construct at least more than 30 STPs and will treat entire 2100 MLD of sewage. So not a single drop of sewage will go into the sea. Secondly, I want to build good roads in Mumbai. We'll work on the re-engineering of Mumbai roads, and will bring transparency into the tendering processes. In Mumbai, you'll be surprised that all the big companies from India, they don't qualify. Only locals qualify.
Yeah.
And thirdly, if I have to summarize it in one single sentence, let me tell you what is transparency. For last 7 years, the audit of municipal corporation is pending for approval of standing committee. The standing committee has not given it approval. So because they know that once the audit is approved, all the scams will come out. We'll make a provision in the law that if in a stipulated period, standing committee does not give approval to the audit report, it will be deemed to be accepted.
Okay. Okay. All right, Mr. Fadnavis, hoping that you give us a better Mumbai, and all the very best for 2030. Thank you.
Time has come to separate fact from rhetoric and propaganda. Fact is the foundation of any persuasive argument. I, Rahul Shiv Shankar, commit to the hard facts and the absolute truth. Come to think of it, why should you settle for anything less?
India Upfront with Rahul Shiv Shankar. Weeknights at 8 only on Times Now. When the people feel helpless, when the leadership abandons you,
They have